Hi everyone, my name's Danielle, and today we will be going over a popsicle stick structure grade 1 art lesson that is an installation art activity and focuses on the themes of building, architecture, and design. This lesson should take approximately 2 hours depending on the complexity of the structure you choose. The curriculum outcomes that I found to match this activity are CP 1.8, which says create artworks that express own ideas and explore different forms, for example, painting, drawing, and printmaking, and media, including painting and found objects, which include popsicle sticks. The science outcome that matches this is OM 1.2, examine methods of altering and combining materials to create objects that meet students and/or teacher specified criteria. In order to effectively participate in this project, the students will need to be independent workers, display problem-solving skills, and be critical and creative thinkers. In anticipation of this activity, we would likely study the physical science unit about using objects and materials and read over the following stories: Iggy Peck Architect, The Three Little Pigs, If I Built a House, and Here to There and Me to You. Some of the materials and tools that you'll need for this activity include popsicle sticks, cardboard, a hot glue gun or white glue would work as well, elastic bands, and anything else that students might need to support their structure. To take this activity a step further, you could also have the students use paint, markers, or crayons to decorate their structure. To begin, have the students draw some blueprints, decide what structure they are going to make, why they chose to make this structure, and how they will make sure that it stands strong. Next, they will gather materials and then begin construction. Remember to be creative and problem solve. To build a bridge, I have some popsicle sticks, some hot glue guns and some refills, Kleenex boxes, and a flat surface to work on. The popsicle sticks I had at home were a little bit longer, so I decided to cut them in half just to make the width of the bridge a little bit shorter. Next, using my hot glue gun, I put 2 dots of hot glue on the support beams of the bridge, holding it down while I do so. Next, I take one of the half-cut popsicle sticks and hold it down for a couple of seconds while the hot glue dries. After repeating the previous step various times, you should have a bridge ready to go. Next, I grab my 2 Kleenex boxes as the supports on one side to the other, and I take my hot glue gun and put some glue on the 4 corners of the bridge. Once that glue's on there, we can flip it over, find where you'd like to place it, and stick it down. It dries almost immediately. I've also decided to build a tree house. I thought this was a creative option that most younger kids in the grade 1 age group would like to explore. To begin, I'm using 4 popsicle sticks and gluing them into a square. I'm going to be making a typical house shape with a square and a triangular roof. So I'm making 5 squares, 1 for the base and 4 for the 4 different walls. So this is the last one I'm finishing up. Once the squares are put together, you can begin assembling the walls. So this part was a little difficult. You might need to get partners for students to help hold while the others putting the glue on and holding the pieces together. As you can see, I'm starting to work on the roof now, so I've used 2 different popsicle sticks on each side, putting them in a triangular shape to compose the roof. Finally, I'm simply just putting 2 dots of glue on either end of the popsicle stick and putting it down to act as the covering over the roof. And I'm going to continue to do the same for the other side as well as all 4 walls. I did decide to add a fun ladder entrance to the treehouse, and a reminder that you can also have your students decorate it using paint, markers, crayons, anything they choose once they're done the construction. And there is the treehouse. So once the popsicle stick structures are complete, students could be given the chance to share their art pieces with the school community, maybe invite another class to come check them out. And they will also be interviewed by the teacher during this art showing. So something that you could do is maybe videotape the interview and post it on Seesaw for parents to see. So some of the questions that we might be asking the students at this time are, what inspired you to create whatever you chose to do? Maybe it was a bridge or a house or anything like that. What materials did you choose to use and why? Or were there any options provided to the students at the time? And they were also could tell you about a time they ran into a problem and how they were able to solve it. Finally, I've also decided to include this cupcake analogy at the bottom here. So this is a student self-assessment tool based on a 4-point rubric, and it allows students to compare any work really to see whether or not they've taken that extra step to get to exemplary, where they've added sprinkles and frosting to their final product. And lastly, I've included a teacher rubric here for you. So if you'd like to use this, you can feel free to pause the video to read through each criteria. My absolute favorite thing about this activity is that it allows students freedom and choice in what structure they are building, and it also allows us as the teachers to challenge students individually. Thanks for watching and happy building!